Alright, so let's take a look at this problem. We, we know that the period of a sine or cosine is 2 pi divided by the coefficient in front of x. So our period is 2 pi divided by 3. Our amplitude is the absolute value of the multiplier that's in front of sine or cosine. Those are always going to be positive values. They represent distances, so they're not going to be negative. Our center line is always the vertical shift of the sine or cosine. Have we lifted this graph up or down? And in this case, we've lifted it up. The center line is a line. You need to write it as an equation, so it's y equal 1. The sine curve will cross its center line at 0. So let's take this 3x plus pi over 4 and replace it with 0. If we solve this for x and input that into the function, that'll cause this argument to equal 0, and we know that will be on the center line. So if we solve this for x, we've got negative pi. Negative pi over 4, and if we divide by 3, it'll be negative pi over 12. And these points are equally spaced horizontally, and we know that the center line that intersected center line, half of the period. So half of 2 pi over 3 is pi over 3, and we'll either go forward that many units, that many multiples of pi over 3, or backwards to end up on the center line. With the center line equaling 1 and the amplitude of 4, your maximum value is 4 units above y equals 1. So if we add, and 4 units below y equals 1, we subtract 1 minus 4. So we know that for the sine curve, now I have to be careful here with this negative sign. When my max and mins, with the reflection across the x-axis, the location of my max and mins has changed. Without the negative sign, my maximum occurs at pi over 2, but if we reflect that, that's now a minimum, and my maximum is over here at 3 pi over 2. So this 3x plus pi over 4, if I replace that with 3 pi over 2, then I'm at a maximum value. The sign of this is at its maximum. So let's solve this for x. If we multiply this and get a common denominator, we'll have 6 minus 1, which is 5, at 5 pi over 4. If we divide by 3, we'll be at 5 pi over 12. Now, these max and min values are separated by a cycle apart, so it's the whole length of that period. So I've got x equals 5 pi over 12. And then the next time it reaches its max, if you move 2 pi over 3 units away from that, forwards or backwards, or any multiples, integer multiples of 2 pi over 3, you'll be at the next maximum value, or a maximum value. If we replace this algebraic expression in order to get a minimum, now our minimum is occurring at pi over 2, or a complete cycles from pi over 2. If we solve this for x, we've got 2 minus 1, so pi over 4. If we divide by 3, pi over 12. So if we're at pi over 12, or if we're a complete cycle forward or backward or integer multiple of that cycle of this length of this period, then we'll be at the next minimum. Alright, so there's our answers for this one. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later.